I'm Elena O'Connell with your Carolina Minute. We're getting more details about a wreck in Sampson County involving a state highway patrol trooper. It happened on the I-40 connector near Clinton. We're told a car ran a stop sign and pulled in front of the trooper. Both drivers were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. More than a dozen current and former law enforcement officers from Virginia and North Carolina are facing federal charges in an undercover drug trafficking operation. They're accused of protecting drug shipments of cocaine and heroin along the East Coast. The undercover investigation, dubbed Operation Rockfish, was sparked by a tip from the Halifax County Sheriff's Office 2 years ago.
The thugs.
These are thugs.
Lawless gangs of thugs.
Is the word thugs too harsh to describe some of the protesters and looters in Baltimore this week? Some are criticizing the politicians, even the presidents, for using the word.
You're watching Time Warner Cable News all evening.
Well, it looks like we are in for a rainy end of the week. Here's Chief Meteorologist Gary Stevenson with the details in your Weather on the One's forecast. We're learning more details about a man who was hit and killed by a car Wednesday night. Police say 45-year-old Richard Caldwell was crossing into the inbound lanes of New Bern Avenue shortly after 9 when he was hit. He later died at Wake Med. They say Caldwell was not in a crosswalk at the time of the accident. No charges have been filed. Federal agents indict more than a dozen current and former law enforcement officers in an undercover drug trafficking operation. Operation Rockfish charged officers in North Carolina as well as Virginia. Time Warner Cable News reporter Amy Elliott shares more from a press conference earlier Thursday. Amy. The state health department has released the latest flu numbers, and in the past week, 2 more people have died from the flu in North Carolina. The total number of deaths in our state now stands at 216 for this flu season, making it one of the deadliest seasons on record. Typically, flu season wraps up in May. Baltimore police officers investigating the death of Freddie Gray have handed their case files and findings over to the prosecutors a day earlier than planned. Officials say newly discovered evidence in the case indicates the transport van made an unreported stop before delivering Gray to the precinct. Baltimore State's attorney confirmed she received the report and her team is conducting its own independent probe into Gray's death on April 19th. Coming up on Time Warner Cable News, we continue our series, Money Matters for Your Life. We know choosing the right career and preparing for your future can be tough. Just ahead, we sit down with 2 bankers who give us some pointers on choosing the right career path. Stay with us, that's next.